people, welcome to my channel, Tarot by Bronx. Hello, beautiful people, welcome to my channel, Tarot by Bronx. This is Tarot Talk, these are Tarot Teens, and I'm your host, Boogie down Bronx, Boogie down Bronx.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel, Tarot by Bronx. This is Tarot Talk. These are Tarot Tings, and I'm your host, Boogie down Bronx, and I'm here to take care of the Scorpiana. If you are new to the channel, welcome. This reading can resonate for you. If you have Scorpio as a sun, moon, rising, Venus, north node, or south node sign, quick shout out to my Patreon, to the eclipses. We got like 2 more weeks before the Scorpio total lunar eclipse. It's like a supercharged, super powerful full moon. So if you're a Scorpio placement like me, I'm a Scorpio moon and rising, you could already be feeling these effects. You probably won't feel it just yet. Maybe about a week before. It's May 16th. Right now I'm feeling pretty good. Eclipses are a time of fated change, endings, completions, radical new beginnings, radical endings. And so, if there's anything in your life that doesn't need to be there, that needs to be washed away, that needs to be exiled, that needs to come in, that needs to move, that needs to change, you can expect the universe to be shifting stuff around. And all you got to do is just be present and go with it. Okay. Don't try to fight it, because we're also in Mercury retrograde shadow period. So there's going to be a lot of shifting, moving, things from coming back from the past. And so just make peace with the unpredictability of it all. Okay, Scorpio? That's the biggest advice I can give to you. If you'd like some more tailored advice for the eclipses, we just left the Taurus eclipse, April 30th. And if you need some advice, if you're a fixed placement or a Scorpio placement, check out the Patreon. I have 3 main videos for what you can expect for your sun and rising signs, and how to just navigate these crazy energies. But I know for a fact that for Scorpios, this energy is all going to be about letting go of toxic relationships, especially if you are Scorpio rising. Letting go of toxic relationships, letting go of bad relationship habits, and learning to integrate more relationship stuff into your everyday life, and letting go of the need to think you can handle doing everything by yourself, that you don't need support from others, relationship stuff, okay? But yeah, so let's flip over these cards. I'm going to spray out this energy so we can get some good, clear energy for Scorpio. Hopefully my microphone isn't glitching. It was glitching on Patreon, but I think it's because something was wrong with the batteries. But hopefully it's not glitching now, because Mercury retrograde is coming for me, okay? So let's see what Scorpios need to focus on right now. Okay. So first things first is we have surrender obsessive thinking. If you're obsessing about a person or situation, turn the dilemma over to spirit. Doing so will help bring you clarity or even solve the problem. So this kind of reminds me of generator energy. If you don't know by now, I study human design, and if you don't know your type, click the link in my bio to get your type. But I talk a lot about human design types in my readings. This reminds me of like a wait to respond type of energy, like a generator. So sometimes like you're making up a lot of stories in your head, you got a lot going on in your mind, and you don't know how to respond. This is all about like waiting for that clarity, or like waiting for a sign or a prompt on how to move forward, if you should even move forward at all. Some issues or some situations, like they don't need any type of like behavior change on your part. You just need to be an observer. Okay, so stop trying to figure it out all in your head. Some things do not even need your input. It don't need your energy to fix it. So you got big D energy right here. You got ancestors displeased. It's been coming out a lot so far. And then you have tabula rasa, which means clean slate. So let me clarify ancestors displeased. Why is that here? Why is the ancestors displeased card here for Scorpio placements? Strategy needed before action is taken. Didn't I just pull that for Aries? And I think I just pulled I'm so confused. I think I just pulled, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, ancestors displeased. But yeah, so it says strategy needed before action is taken. I think maybe it's saying that like your ancestors are displeased because you're creating some type of problem that doesn't need to be there. Maybe. Yeah, I think that's what it is. You have Casper, the scared ass ghost. So I think some of you are running away from situations, or you're creating problems that don't need to be there because you're letting your own obsessive thoughts, your own mind turn something into something bigger than it is. Or, Scorpios, you might not like to hear this, but I'm very Scorpio. I'm more Scorpio than Virgo. I only have 2 Virgo placements. I have 4 Scorpio placements, even though I'm a Virgo sun. And I can tell you, sometimes we are very paranoid. Scorpios can be extremely paranoid, make up things in our minds that are not necessarily all true based on our own trauma, based on our fears, based on past experiences. We tend to just let our obsessive thoughts, we run with it. And, as soon as we see something that even slightly validates that thought, we do something crazy, we react. Sometimes we overreact. And, that's coming from a Scorpio. We do. We create problems in our heads. So we need to be careful of doing that. Creating a problem where a problem does not exist. Okay. Creating fears where our own fears are being projected outward. So, wise ancestor displeased, tell us more about this obsessive thinking. Ask for help. Tell us more about obsessive thinking for Scorpio. You have envy. Oop. Stable. Tell us more for obsessive thinking with Scorpio. Obsessive thinking for Scorpio. Whoa. Anything else? Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, South Node. Okay. So first things first, we have ask for help. Some of us need to ask others for help with kind of tackling these fears, these obsessive thoughts, or sorting through our own thoughts here. We have envy. You could either be envious of somebody else. Envy happens to all of us. Jealousy happens to all of us. Or you might suspect that somebody is jealous or envious of you. And that could very well be true. But sometimes you still don't need to do anything. Like, don't worry about doing something about something until you have a real reason to do something. You get what I mean? I hope that made sense. You have time apart. Sometimes taking a step back, being able to see the bigger picture of a scenario will help you to figure out how you even want to go about this situation. Some of you just need a vacation. You need some time apart. You need to go away for a bit and come back and be like, okay, once I get my mind right, I release these anxieties, these worries, I can really figure out what I'm going to do, what I'm going to say. Strategy is needed before action is taken. Something that you want to approach needs a very calculated, clear mind from you, Scorpio. Okay? Whatever this is, what is this? What is this specifically that Scorpio is trying to figure out, encounter, problem solve? A confession. You're either trying to confess something to somebody else or you want somebody to confess something to you. What is Scorpio needing to figure out a calculated response in regards to? Anything else? We have confession, we have healing, we have letters and name, marriage or life partnership, ex or past love. Okay. Weird. So the letters that you could look out for, this is letters in your name or letters in somebody else's name that you know. R, K, I, or J. Okay. So some of you are trying to figure out how to either talk to somebody from the past, approach a past situation. I was going to say something, but never mind. I don't feel like I need to say it anymore. Marriage or life partnership, you're trying to figure out how to approach a person that you want a more serious commitment with or you want a more stable relationship with. But anything that you do, you need to approach it from a very mentally stable, emotionally neutral place as possible, especially if you're in human design. I talk about this. If you have emotional authority, I have emotional authority. If you have emotional authority, that means that any decision you make needs to come from a place where you are emotionally neutral. You need to feel all the feelings. You have to make sure that you know how you're feeling about before you move forward in a situation or before you say something. It's best to wait. You don't say anything when you're triggered, when you're scared, when you're sad, when you're mad, when you're upset, when you're in a anxiety spiral, manic, whatever it is. Wait to approach the situation before. Wait to approach the situation after you're feeling good. Oh, any solutions? Any other solutions for Scorpio? Scorpio. What else does Scorpio need to do at this time? We have light or colored hair. Could be affair or third party. Happiness. Okay. We have more letters in name. C, W, Y, or V. This can be letters in your name or somebody else's. Affair or third party, and happiness. So everything needs to be very strategic. Whenever you're approaching something that involves multiple people, third party situation, have your facts together. Have your mind together. Have your energy together. Okay, let's see. All right, what else is coming towards Scorpio? What else can they expect? What is coming towards Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, South Node in the near future? What is coming towards Scorpio that they need to be prepared for, look out for? Five of Pentacles. Some type of loss. Could be a feeling of rejection or abandonment. The World card in reverse, some unfinished business here. What is the unfinished business that's coming towards Scorpio? What is the unfinished business that is coming towards Scorpio? Eight of Cups in reverse. Okay. It's something that you want to address from the past with somebody, and it's just you're stuck on it. This could also be somebody stuck on something with you. Could be with the Virgo. Tell me more for Scorpio. Okay. Why is the Four of Swords here? Could be with an Aquarius as well. All right. Or Leo. Got a lot of signs that showed up here. Or a Gemini. So we got some unfinished business here, and this could be a retrograde energy bringing out this unfinished business or this unresolved anxiety that is lying within you with the World card in reverse, this Five of Pentacles. Could be this sense of loss that is now catching up to you, where you feel like something was left unsaid, something was left unresolved, and you're trying to figure out the best way to approach this. For some of you, this hasn't really came up yet, but you'll start to feel it as we move more into the retrograde. That's why I think this Lover's card is here symbolizing Gemini season, is maybe when you'll start to feel the effects more of this, where you're like, it's hard for you to fully move on from this situation. You feel like you didn't get some closure, or you need to give closure. You need to give some form of like something so you can move on. Like, I don't know who this is in regards to, where you're like thinking about the past, or you're thinking about things that you could have said differently, you should have said before, but you know, it's best to not obsess over it as much as you can. Let your mind rest. Do not get like so pressed about it. I do feel like you're going to be able to have happiness. We're going to find some good outcome that happens from this, okay? But you don't need to just like do or say anything in the heat of the moment when you're just feeling very emotional, anxious, mad, sad, scared. Anything else for Scorpio here with this before we go on to the other advice? Okay. So we have here the Eight of Swords and the Four of Pentacles. So, again, it's kind of like the same message here with the obsessive thoughts, the Eight of Swords. Creating certain scenarios that are made up in your head, creating your own fears and attaching to those fears, or assuming that other people are thinking of you in a certain way and they're not. And it's best to get clarity surrounding, like, if you're just assuming how somebody is perceiving you or not perceiving you. Don't just jump to conclusions and like cuss somebody out because you think that they're judging you, that you think that they're doing something to you, and you don't have all the proof that you need for that statement to be true. So, looking at what is your own projections versus what are the facts, and then you'll know how to best move forward or maybe not move forward. What's the advice? What is the definitive advice for Scorpio here? What is the definitive advice for Scorpio moving forward? I don't know if that was meant to come out. What's the definitive advice for Scorpio? Ace of Cups. What's the advice for Scorpio? The Lovers card. You're getting the Lovers a lot, like Aries had. Could be an Aries here as well. What is the other advice for Scorpio? Okay. So I feel like the only way you'll find a real solution to a relationship issue or like finding closure with somebody, likely Six of Cups and the Eight of Wands came out together. So this is closure or communication with somebody from the past, most likely. The only way that you're going to be able to find real definitive closure with this person is if you can really identify strongly where in the past you allowed your own projections or your own anxieties, your own fears, your own worries, your own paranoia to get in the way of you and this person. Okay? Maybe you kind of were afraid of abandonment, you left the connection first, or, something along those lines where there was a lack of clarity and you just never got that from the person, or you never gave it to the person, or you just kind of assumed something was that. And so you're going to have to approach this with a very open mind, a mind where you can actually receive the information, you can listen with open ears, you're not doing any judging or, assuming, and you're just allowing the information to come to you. And you can really start on a clean slate, I believe, with this energy, or this person rather. Nine of Swords in reverse. I do see like a reconciliation energy, but there is going to be discussions about the past. There's going to need to be accountability taken. And this is not to say that it was just all your fault, clearly, but everybody plays their role in some relationship where there was a lack of closure, lack of clarity, a lack of opening up or telling somebody about your fears and just assuming people can read your mind. So, Scorpio, biggest lesson is to remember that people are not mind readers. People do not know what you're thinking all the time. They do not know all your needs all the time. If you're triggered, you cannot always assume that people know exactly why you're triggered or that you are triggered at all. And so assuming that is not fair on somebody else's behalf. So some of you who did run away from a connection, or you did like cut somebody off, or like, you left a lot unsaid, or you got scared and ran away, whatever it is, or vice versa, there is a chance to start on a clean slate, but not without identifying those ways in which you were triggered in the past and how you might have allowed some of your own fears to cause you to abandon a situation, or somebody else allowed their fears to, and there needs to be a real conversation about that so it doesn't happen again. Okay? So yeah, that's what we have here, Scorpio. Thank you so much for watching. If this reading resonated for you, let me know down in the comments down below. Leave a like, comment, share, subscribe. I am at Tarot by Bronx.